G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from the Marty's Garden Show and martysgarden.com.au. Now today I'm here to show you around my backyard garden. It's 15 months since I pretty much started. I've been here a little bit longer. Took me a while to get going, but it's really cranking along now. And it just goes to show with a bit of perseverance what you can actually do in such a small space. So let's have a look around and you can see what I'm growing on and maybe pick up some tips and tricks and some ideas that you can implement at home too. And hopefully I inspire you to keep growing more fresh food. Let's go on the tour, shall we? So let's start with the straw bale garden. I've just covered it with a bit more straw and pretty much all decomposed straw now. And we've got this amazing tomato plant growing in here, which is just, it's growing in this compost, rock minerals and some worm casts. And just have a look, if you look at the thickness of my finger there, and the strength in this guy is just, it's absolutely burko. We've got some tomatoes growing on down on the inside here, which is pretty cool. And there's a few more on the other side and a few more little ones starting like just up in there, and so it's going to fill up soon. It's a determinate one, so it won't live for too much longer, but as you can see, still plenty of little flowers coming up in here, so it's going to keep going on. So we've got some garden shallots and some red vein sorrel in there, and I've got a tomato growing in here. Now these are the little egg cherries, the yellow ones. I'm pretty sure this is a yellow one that's come up here. It's self-sowed into the garden itself. And we've got a cucumber here, which is doing really quite well. Lots of little cucumbers on it. Some bigger ones around the outside here. Little cuke here, starting here. And I sit it on top of the mulch here so it doesn't get, doesn't rot or anything like that. It's growing next to some kangkong and some basil. You can see the flowers in there from the cucumber. This tomato is going to go right up this pole here. So pretty excited about that so far. Now look at the size of these leaves on this papaya plant that's growing here. Now it just goes to show when you can really get a lot of biodiversity in your soil and you really take care of the organisms in your soil and also what's on the leaves, then you can really get amazing plants growing. Now this is just growing on top of sand, and it's because of all the soil biology down in there that's actually making this plant what it is. And feeding it the good compost and some rock minerals, a little bit of worm cast, has created that to what it is today. You can see here is an avocado tree that's probably 10 months old now, and it's about, in the pot, to bordering 5.5 feet tall. It's got a ton of leaves growing right around it, and the same thing, it's growing in a lot of compost down in here in this big pot. It's been repotted 3 times since it was germinated, and it's growing in there with some Thai basil and some little lettuces and things. You can see the big branches coming out on the sides here. Now the go is with avocado trees is to grow them more in like a pyramid style shape, so they get light right around them. If you start pruning them out, they'll bush out more, but they won't photosynthesize as much because you want the light right around the whole plant. And they are quite heavy feeders, and in pots they like a lot of liquid fertilizer, I've found. So we're going to move down here. We've got my container gardens going at the moment. Some strawberries there, some more kangkong in pots and some thyme. And this thing's an interesting plant. It's just got a little flower here. Society garlic. We probably can't zoom in on it there, it's not clear enough. But you eat that, it tastes like garlic and you don't get any bad breath. And it's a bit of a fun plant to grow. Some red amaranth down in there. And this is just a mixture of different leafy greens that I grow in here, and herbs and things, just to come and just harvest quickly. I had to repot some tumbler cherry tomatoes because they were having a bit of a problem from that last potting mix that I used. So hopefully they'll come back. You can see the red vein sorrel here next to some basil. And I've got my worm farms covered over from the heat because they just get too hot in the sun at the moment, and they've got to move on. So we've got another one over here. So I've probably got close to 10,000 worms in these 3 whole probably 3,000 in each one. And these are little pots that I'm starting up for some more microgreens. You see the red garnet amaranth growing in the microgreens there behind. And so we'll come back around, give you another scoop at the outside garden. Now it's been raining really heavily here all night last night. So this is more of a permaculture style garden growing along the fence here. And if anyone can tell me what that is, have a bit of a guess, guys. It's definitely not edible, but it is a beautiful plant. I've been taking cuttings from it because I believe it could be an award-winning flower, that one. So we've got some different herbs in there, growing in there, some lemongrass, more papaya trees, more tomatoes down there, red vein sorrel, my lovely, lovely, lovely avocado tree. I just love this tree with a passion. Now I probably can't get into the sign in there, but I wanted to show you the sign. But it's a Warts semi-dwarf. Now Warts don't need the A and B varieties around so much, so it will still produce. And there are some other avocado trees within a kilometre region, but it's probably not close enough. But it'll still produce fruit, so I'm happy with that. A Brazilian cherry here, which will produce little cherries in the future soon. Subtropical tree, very high in vitamin C, very tasty. Some Swiss chard there, the red varieties. Some lemon myrtle, about to go into flower. It gets a beautiful white flower all over it, and I'm going to be collecting the seed for those because you can grow it as a Christmas tree, an Aussie Christmas tree. And so coming in here, we've got some lemon verbena growing here, beautiful lemon scented, some more lemongrass at the back, and the pineapple sage. And over here is my trommel, which I make my compost with, because I've got my composting business here. I do all my home scraps in there. There's a worm farm down below. And we come over here, we've got some edible lily pillies, nasturtiums growing up all over the fence here, which I come and pick the flowers every day to eat, and some leaves and things. Little orchids down in the garden there. So that's it for the garden tour, guys. I've got a lot more actually going on in here. Still got some passion fruits about to go up the vines and things. Microgreens coming on, which I'm growing in the window. And yes, just some really cool stuff. Now, if you're in my small space veggie gardening group, Australia in Facebook, come along and join the micro challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun growing these small little microgreens and little baby leaves and little tomatoes and things in a very small space, and working out how we can produce as much food as we possibly can. Come and check us out over at the Marty's Garden Show in Facebook, and at martysgarden.com.au, where you'll find little products and things that I have for small space gardeners, so you can grow more efficiently at home. Alright, I'm Marty Ware from Marty's Garden. Have a great day. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Oh, don't forget to subscribe or like wherever you are. Bye for now.